there, mama, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Christy. I am a mom of 3 kiddos, 1 on the way. I am currently 7 months pregnant. I am a military spouse, and this is my channel. And I love to share just motherhood and lifestyle, everyday type things here on my channel. So if that interests you, I would love to have you as a part of my family here on YouTube. So I had a whole other video planned to go out today, but I went through something pretty crazy this week, and I wanted to just kind of share that with you. I'm giggling about it now, but in the moment it wasn't funny. So I've been dealing with anxiety probably since my youngest was born. He is 3 now, almost 4. So I had like small issues with anxiety early on after I had him, but over time it's gotten kind of crazy. But I've been able to kind of like maintain it mostly just by talking out my feelings with like my husband, or just through different hobbies that I have. So with this whole pandemic, it's kind of hard to limit, I guess, a lot of things, because you want to stay updated, you want to stay kind of connected to everything that's going on, especially as a parent, because you want to make sure that you are doing the right things to protect yourself and your family. So I do try my best to not watch as much news and to not, be on social media as much, just so that I can kind of protect my mental space. And I've been doing good with that. I haven't had to go anywhere or do much of anything. My husband does all the grocery shopping. If I need anything, he'll go get it. So I haven't left my house literally in like weeks. And if I have had to leave my house, it was like for like the kids picking up their lunches from school. But that was here on post, so I haven't left post. Okay, so Wednesday I had a doctor's appointment that I have already rescheduled 2 times because I did not want to go anywhere. But the lady called me and she's like, you gotta come in because this is your glucose test and you have to take that in the office. So I had no choice but to go. Preparing myself to actually go to this appointment, I was extremely anxious. I talked to my husband about it, talked to my mom about it, talked to my friends about it. In the morning of, my friends, sent me some scriptures to read, and I did read those. And I prayed and all that good stuff, and I was in a good mindset leading up to the appointment. So I was good. Put on my mask, make sure I had my hand sanitizer. I didn't take like my purse or anything with me, just so I didn't want to like bring anything with me that could potentially pick up any kind of germs. So I literally just went with my hand sanitizer, my car keys, my ID so I can get back on post, and my debit card. And that's all I took with me. And I just, went to my appointment. So when I got there, of course, like getting out of the car, the first things that come to my mind, okay, put on my mask. I put my mask on. I didn't wear gloves because I feel like you can cross-contaminate so much faster with using gloves. So I just would like use my sleeve for touching things like the door handles or the elevator button, and then I folded it back up and made sure I mental note to make sure to take this shirt off when I get home. But anyway, so once I got into the office, everything in there was really good. Like the nurses and the people who worked at the desk, they all had on masks. There was only one lady in the actual waiting area who didn't wear a mask. There were other patients there waiting that all wore masks. And when you signed in and all that good stuff, the lady would spray the pen right down the countertop, and she went to wash her hands and all that good stuff. So I felt like they were taking the right measures to protect you and them during this time. So I felt really good. Went to my appointment, and I was in a really good headspace, mainly because I saw that they were doing the right things. So then My nurse practitioner tells me that I needed to go to another place, like another lab, to do my glucose test. And I was like, ugh, great. So it's like I have to like reset my mind knowing that I was going somewhere else. It was just in another building, but it was still, to me, like So I went to this building and it was completely different. Sorry, I'm getting a Braxton Hicks. Lately they've been like really strong. It's crazy. I went into this lab and it was completely different. Like, no one had on masks. The lady who checked me in clearly had a cold. Like, she was sniffing and coughing and sneezing, and I was just like, oh, great. And I could just, in my mind, okay, I'm just gonna try to break this down for you guys the way that you can understand the way my mind was working. So in my mind, I was thinking, she's got, I can feel it on me. Like, I was at this point cringing, and I was barely able to do what I needed to do. So like, she asked me for the form, and I'm still in my mind right now, and she's like, hey, can you hear me? Could you give me the form that I got from my doctor? She needs that form. And so I'm like slowly giving it to her, because it's like, all I'm thinking about is that she has. And so she takes it. At that point, there's like a little kiosk, and you have to like sign in on it, and it's a touch screen. So of course I'm like, great. So I unfold my shirt, and I'm like using the end of my shirt to try to type in, but it's not working. You have to actually use your hand. And so I just went ahead and did it. Wiped my hands really, really fast with some hand sanitizer. And she checked me in. She asked me for my insurance card. I was like, I really didn't want to give her my insurance card. I was like, I've been here before. Do you still have the information? And so she was like, oh yeah, let me look it up. Okay, great. So I didn't have to hand her anything else after that. And so she was like, okay, it's going to be a few minutes. Just go have a seat. And because of the way that they all were, I was looking at these chairs like they're covered in. And so I go and sit down, but the whole time in my mind, I'm thinking it's on me, like in the chair, like on the chair arm. And I intentionally wore long sleeves so that I could use my sleeves, and also so that it would limit my skin exposure to things. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but that's just what my mind was thinking. And anywho, so it was very hard for me to sit through this appointment. It was like an hour. You have to drink the little juice stuff that they give you, and then you have to wait an hour, and then they take your blood. And their waiting area was much smaller than the one at my doctor's office, so it was a lot of people in there. So there was no way that you could social distance yourself from someone else, because it was so small. And there was this one guy in there, and he was coughing, and the whole time I'm thinking, gross. And he didn't have on a mask, and like there were like 3 other people in there who didn't have masks, but they weren't coughing or anything, but this one guy was. So I'm making this Kevin Hart face, like, oh. It was bad. My mind was racing the entire time. So I really could not wait to get out. And I was texting my husband. I was like, I can't do this. And he was like, just chill out. It's almost over. He's trying to talk me through this whole hour. And he was like, when you get home, you just take your shower and everything will be all right. And so when it was finally over, the hour, she's like, you ready? Take your blood? Yes, I'm ready to go, because I'm ready to get out of here. And so yeah, she took me back, took my blood, and then I got my car, and I just like sighed relief, like thank God that's over. I went straight home, took off all my clothes at the door. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know this, because I kind of shared this already. So like the kids came running because they wanted to give me a hug, because I was gone for like an hour, and like over an hour, 2 hours probably. And I was like, oh, don't hug me, I'm so sorry guys, but I've got to take a shower. So ran, took a shower, washed my hair, everything. Like, it was bad. I was just like, get it all off. And I felt so much better after that. My anxiety does get really bad sometimes, and I think that one was pretty close to bad. I had worse episodes, but that one was pretty close to bad. And it's like I got to the point where I almost couldn't function without thinking about this one thing. And so I've had to really think about that experience and how I can prevent it from happening again, because I don't want to be afraid. And I know you have to be cautious, and I think everyone should be cautious during this time, but I don't think anyone should be afraid. And it's easy to be afraid when you hear numbers just rising and you think eventually it's going to get to me or affect someone in my family, and that's scary. God is in control. This is not something I can control, and mostly that's what my anxiety stems from, is of things I don't have control over. And realizing that, accept that, and then pouring my energy into more positive things. Like right now I'm working on some muslin blankets for the baby, so I've been sewing a little bit more, and in the evenings I just use that time to kind of like wind down a little bit. We're gonna be starting a garden soon, so just finding other things to positively lift up my spirits and deal with it that way. Thankfully I made it through. I am going to try to continue to do better with my breathing and all of that good stuff, because I definitely wasn't doing that during that time. But yeah, so dealing with this anxiety has been rough during this time, but I'm going to continue to work on it. And if you guys are dealing with any kind of anxiety and you just need someone to talk to, I am here for you, because I understand. Especially being a pregnant mom during this time, I think it's even more hard, because you're just worried about the uncertainties. Like, I have no idea what to expect in June, and all I can do is continue to focus on growing a healthy baby and hope and pray that this thing makes a turn for the better. All right, guys, I just had to share that with you. We'll go back to regularly scheduled videos come Monday. Tuesday, sorry. Videos come out every Tuesday and Friday. But yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I'd love to continue the conversation in the comments. If you guys have dealt with anything like this, if you're feeling anxious, feeling afraid, whatever it might be, let's talk about it. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.